without trying to find out anything about the truth, without trying to do any real investigation. They saw an opportunity to cut into something that they didn't really want to talk about. And that was what? Stone Mountain. They didn't want to talk about no damn Stone Mountain. What are you, crazy? Talk about Stone Mountain. Oh, no. Don't you get them black people that image? Don't you show them what they tried to ignore it? Because they thought that was it. They did it at one time. It was impressive, but if we ignore it, it'll go away. But what they did not know was they wasn't. You notice now they watched this live stream. I've seen it on TV. So they got smart and found out, well, where did all this shit come from? Oh, they over on Instagram. You understand what I'm saying? Because they realized that what they had ignored, that was their fault. I know it was a lot of people got pulled in their office. They was like, so, you knew about this NFAC thing and you didn't write nothing about it? Well, how my ass? No, we don't do that. Now, we look at what we got now. We got a goddamn problem on our hands. Y'all don't understand how serious this is and how it's a power moment for black folks. Y'all gonna sit here and bumble that. Let me finish how they ran the game on you without reporting an ounce of truth. They started the lie. They put the lie out there. They put the lie as breaking news. It was breaking news, a lie. I've taught y'all about neurolinguistics. Remember 3 truths and a lie? What was the truth? The truth that there was a black guns formation. That was true. The truth of the matter was it was in Louisville. That was the truth. The truth was it was in Walter Park. That was the truth. There was 3 motherfuckers shot. That was a lie. That's neurolinguistics. I taught y'all that. Y'all still fell for the okie doke. Then y'all started saying this shit. Oh, I see, I told you, look at this bullshit. Oh, and then what did they do to you? Once they got you to start doing it to each other, they backed up and changed their story. Oh, we was wrong. Shit, I know. But they leave us fighting. They win again. They ran game on you. So if you sitting around hating on the NFAC, or you was tricked, tricks are for kids. They ran game on y'all. They waited just enough for us to start fighting amongst ourselves for them to change their story, saying, we got the information from somebody else. We didn't know. But they ain't telling y'all that shit. Y'all still running with the okie doke. Now they sitting back like, look, they can't get together. We got them not trusting their own people. This shit works every time. Give me a 5-5. Them niggas never let me down. That's how they ran game on y'all. You got to see the bigger picture, people. Chess moves. Damn. Now, I'll put that on the table. Think about it. And you might have some people that are paid agents in this. I'm not one of them. You might have some people. Let me tell you, y'all got to stop reaching. Stop reaching. A man was talking trash about the church on live, and I told him to shut up. And they go, that means he's getting paid. You know what? If I open up these doors to these donations that are trying to come in, y'all would think that I had ran into an NBA contract. That's how much money we turned down at the NFAC. Millions of dollars. Why? Because we don't want anyone to own us. People don't give you something for nothing. We're not like those other groups. So stop acting like we on some secret payroll. Who's financing them? Nigga, go read Claude Anderson and learn about group economics. And while you at it, I'm going to give you all this one for free. There was some other game that was ran on you. Yes, there was. Let me give y'all the other part of the game. OGs, listen up. Youngins, pay attention. Not only did the white man run game on you and make you attack your own people, all of you naysayers of community policing didn't even realize what you witnessed. You see, when the incident happened and the LMPD showed up, they came to me for guidance because we had an agreement that I would maintain control of my area because I came back when it happened. And we worked together. Here's the crazy part. They waited for our investigation. We did our own investigation. We gave them our results. Just like they do, we investigated ourselves and gave the results to the law enforcement. And the law enforcement came out and said, okay, that's the way it is. In other words, we just policed ourselves. We just gave you an example of community policing. There was a situation, but we investigated and we determined, here go the weapon, and this is what happened, and this is what happened. And they, okay, cool, we were cool with that. Nobody's going to jail. Everything will be cool. Good working with you. That's an example. We gave y'all a clinic on community policing. Happened right in front of your face. Even though it wasn't presented to you. Right, nobody got arrested. There gonna be no arrests because we investigated ourselves. Now, that's two games I done gave y'all tonight. Now let me give you the last one. The last one is something that everybody likes to talk about. And it has to do more so with something that we are owed. Reparations. Reparations is the making of amends for a wrong one is done by paying money to or otherwise helping those who have been wronged. So let's see. When we start talking about reparations for what? Reparations for slavery. That's the application of the concept of reparations to the victims of slavery and or their descendants. Okay, now there's some concepts for reparations in legal philosophy and reparations in transitional justice, but we're not talking about either one of those. What we're talking about is the ones for slavery and for its descendants. So a lot of folks be like, what about me? I mean, I'm going to be left out. Well, that's because that's not what reparations is. Not a group feeding. They don't give reparations to everybody in Germany. They give reparations to those who lived in Germany, whose descendants were the Jews that lived there, that were persecuted, and then they tried to commit genocide against them in places like Auschwitz. You got to be one of those blood descendants to get the reparations. The same way, in order for you to get reparations here, you got to be able to trace your bloodline back to one of these plantations, to somebody's slave house out in the back somewhere. We got to be able to trace you back that far. At least we know you was part of the situation, not that you showed up later to take advantage of the great American opportunity. And, well, I was harassed while I was here. That ain't got jack shit to do with the people that was brought over here or brought from somewhere and enslaved the way they was. And then the people who are descendants of them still living behind the power curve and ain't got a goddamn thing. Those people need reparations. Those people need restitution. Somebody need to hook them people up. Problem with that is that every time somebody go to make the case, it always stalls. There's always a discussion. But they're not discussing all these other groups that's getting reparations. Mm-hmm. But there's a reason for that. And I keep ringing this bell, and I'm going to ring it for you one more time until y'all get it. And that is this. You cannot pay reparations to a color. You see, black is not a country. Black is a classification of race. You cannot pay restitution to a color. You can only pay it to a country. So that means, as hard as this might sound, we got to go down here to the World Court. We got to fill out the paperwork for liberation as declaration of a nation within a nation. And then we take that declaration that we are now a country within a country. We don't have an army. We don't got no land. We don't have our own trade system, but we got a goddamn flag. As soon as they come out, hey, we don't new niggas, okay? We got a flag, bro, okay? So we got a flag now, so we have an identity as a country. Now we can go as this country to the UN and say, look, we want to talk to y'all. Get everybody together, everybody sitting around, everybody from around the world, and say, look, we're a country doing bad right now. Okay, we need some relief. It's been rough. We ain't been around that long. But we need some space to grow. Well, where are you guys at? We're in the United States right now, but anything that y'all can put together is all right with us. And they said, okay, they go talk to the United States. These people want to go. They said they want their own spot. The United States said, you motherfuckers is high. Ain't nobody going nowhere. We'll kill them before we let them leave. Well, you do understand that under the treaty, there's 55 countries that might disagree with you and they might support that country. You might find yourself in a war. Nobody's crazy enough to attack the United States. Who would do such a thing? What about the people that's already organized in your country that's forming a militia? They wouldn't dare. Can you picture this shit? They wouldn't dare. And they said, really? The way you hooked up other countries with missiles and bombs and uniforms and all kind of stuff and call them freedom fighters. You don't think one of them countries will do that to you? Bruh, you better wake up. You better wake up. NFAC could turn into something a whole lot worse if you do some stupid shit. So I say all that to say this to you. Folks, we got to stop having these conversations without making the appropriate preparations and laying the foundation. Two things you have to have if you declare yourself a liberated country. Number one, you got to be able to have an identity. And number two, you have to have some type of way to fight back. You have to be able to fight back. Even if it's just guerrilla warfare. You got to, if they fuck with you, you got to be able to hit them back. You can't be a pushover. What happened? We're a new country. Shit is over. They took the flag. You know, it's over. It's a wrap. No. You want to have it so that, okay, we got a problem with y'all. Y'all in our country. Y'all making all this goddamn noise. Y'all armed up. What's happening? Tensions is getting, what's going on? And then, like you say, we negotiate a position. When you hear the term talks were good, that's the sign of a negotiation. That's not a sign of a conversation. That's somebody made their point. You made your point. We found a middle ground. Everybody was cool. The conversations I had with the Attorney General is a prime example. If you notice, they said that conversations, they were positive. That meant that we came to an agreement, that it was just like two generals sitting down to have a discussion because they understood that our position was serious. So that's how y'all got to be when we start talking about unifying. Depending on the frame of mind, some folks ain't going to unify with us. Yet those some of the same people that are probably entitled to reparations. And that's why we end up right back where I told you. You cannot pay reparations to a color. You have to pay reparations to a country. Now, look, come on, y'all. Let's live in the real world for a minute. Put down the signs and rainbows and listen to what I'm about to tell you. You really believe that the United States would pay $1 trillion, $2 trillion, $3 trillion, $14 trillion, whatever they would pay, and you sitting here? I really can't believe y'all would sit here and believe that. Matter of fact, I can't even begin to see them having those conversations. I cannot picture them signing any documentation like that in any of the chambers. But if you leave here, form your own country, grow it, strengthen it, build trade, take advantage of the resources that are there, build your cultural centers, improve your science, build your military, and then come back and say, about that $14 trillion in reparations you owe me, we need to get that. You're delinquent. That's how you do it, if you're going to do it. Or you can just say the hell with it and leave the people behind that you want to leave behind and sit back and watch the show. Because if you really believe that we leave here and you stay behind, it's going to be all beds of roses talking about, I'm so glad they gone. Bro, they're going to be looking they're going to be looking at you like, really? Times just got hard for everybody. That includes you. So choose wisely. That's all I got to say. Look here, y'all. I got to address something real quick that came to my attention. And I'm going to address it right here on Factz over Feelingz. Listen. I know that there's a lot going on out there right now. We got some moist characters running loose. I understand that. But I also know that a lot of people doing things because they're misinformed. So sometimes you have to have compassion on the fool. But what I won't tolerate is I will not have anybody who claims to be NFAC threatening any sister. Bros, you're on your own. Sisters. You will not be threatening my sisters. I don't care whether we at odds or not. Misunderstanding, you don't threaten the sister. Vicky, I heard about what's going on. I don't take point with any of this except that nobody in my organization better threaten this woman or do anything. If anything, you better protect her. That's our purpose. That's our mission. I don't want to see no more memes about somebody threatening this woman because she disagrees with the NFAC stance or something. Don't do that. We've already killed the issue with the Boogaloo Boys. We had nothing to do with them. Stop chopping up videos and let you listen to the whole thing. But I'm not going to sit back and let nobody threaten her. Vicky, I hope you get this message. I reached out to you. Nobody's going to threaten you. Nobody in my organization better not be threatening you. It's not that deep, people. She's still one of us. She's our sister. We can agree to disagree. But we ain't going to start that taking each other out shit again. Remember, I told y'all that comes from slavery. You got to check that. I wanted to address it. I wanted to address that publicly. Big shout out to all my partners in the game. I'm not going to call no names out because I found out that some of my partners don't get along with each other. Interesting. But I cannot find out what's going on unless I know what's going on with everybody. So I don't pick and choose sides. Look here. That's all I have for y'all tonight here on Factz Over Feelingz. I really just wanted to touch on this reparation situation. We got to get to a country state first. I wanted to talk a little bit about what's happening with all of this back and forth and people running around. Y'all got to start building some friendships amongst each other. And then I also wanted you to realize that they running the same old game on you that they always run on you. They ran the game again. They started the lie. You picked up the lie. They changed their story. Got you fighting amongst yourselves. Meanwhile, they quiet, sitting back watching you. Come on, look at these crazy ass niggas. Then they had to go back and put the truth out and everybody over here looking stupid now. Come on, y'all. We got to do better. How about you support rather than hate? Try it. It won't hurt. You'd be surprised. That's really what they don't want. They love to hate because they know otherwise you wouldn't have hated because everything was just going too good. But that's okay. We back on track now. Everybody understand what happened. We good. Now I'm ready to sit back and look at what actually happened because the clock is ticking. Things are moving along. In the meantime and in between time, I'm going to ask all of y'all the same thing I ask you every time, and that is keep your feet on the ground. Think about what we're doing. Stop letting them run game on you. See the bigger picture. I'm not going to keep coming back breaking this down for you. Okay? I want y'all to know I only come to tell you the truth. I give you things to think about. I don't want y'all to act like nobody didn't tell you. I told y'all that shit was a lie when it first happened, but nobody wanted to listen. That's okay. Still love you. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't gonna leave you out there like that. So what did I do? I came back and told you again. Y'all ain't want to hear it. Y'all out there putting out videos and everybody suddenly became an expert on me and all of this crazy shit going on. Rather than face the truth of the matter, what was really going on was you didn't know the facts. You weren't there and nobody was reporting the actual story. I sat back and watched you make an ass out of yourself because I knew the truth. It didn't take long for everybody to start doing an investigation and found out what really happened. And the news people and the police was like, yeah, they took a look at the shit too. It was like by then y'all ran off with the story, made the story more than what it was, and didn't realize that the white folks was the ones that was spreading it everywhere. And then they shut up. No, it was a mistake. And leave it. Y'all still arguing. So after I told you that they done ran game on you, if you still running game right now, then I guess the only thing I can tell you is that you deserve what you get because the people are ready to move forward. And I know I speak for a good percentage of the melanated people around the world that we are ready to move forward. We are ready to unify and move forward. The mood is right now. The time is right now. People feeling it right now. Now we about to release the video of what happened in Louisville. Vice Magazine did a documentary. I can't wait to see it. Not to mention all the thousands of cameras and drone footage that you haven't seen. All of that's about to come out. And don't worry, we're going to do it again. And by the way, did y'all see the video of the white people that said that if they ran into us, we would wipe them out in 30 seconds? But they want y'all to think that we're a joke. They want y'all to think that we're untrained. Then why wouldn't they come around the corner there since we were so untrained and couldn't hit this side of a barn? Y'all done seen me shoot a happy face in a piece of paper. Imagine what I would do to a person. Now, I'm going to leave y'all on a good note. If there is one. In the matter of where do we go from here? We have got to start working together. Stop hating by default and don't be too above somebody checking you when you do. We all do it. I know I do. And I know you do too. But Big Brother came and gave y'all the game. And y'all stay tuned because we ain't done yet. This is better than cable. You ain't never seen no shit like this before. You're witnessing history unfolding right in front of your face. And a lot of y'all are sitting there missing it. And your kids will say, Mama, what was it like? I don't know, son. I was too busy hating. I'll see y'all on the flip side. NFAC, I salute you all. Now, all of our partners also, Huey Newton Gun Club.